streaming. There we go. Hey, there we go. You see me, Jake?
Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, now it's you.
All right, I'm doing this from a PC, so I had to adjust it. What's going on, guys? How we doing? Hey, Caitlin, how are you doing?
Just watching the Twins game right now.
Where's Trevor?
I don't know.
All right. He should be here soon. I like that. That looks cool. But what about... This one has multiple people. Hey, Brandon. How are you doing? Okay, you'll join in a second, Chosen. Make sure you send him the link, Jake.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm busy. I'm distracted watching the Twins game right now. I'll send it to... Yep. Hold
Trevor, we're waiting for you. Where is Trevor?
Trying to figure out how to... listen to this.
Oh, this is cinema layout. I like that. That's cool. So it's like a movie screen. And then what about... Yeah, most likely. He knows I'm already upset at him, so I don't know where he is. But
there you go. Got him.
He better get cooking. You guys got the link. Linky's in the chatty. Keep it chatty so we don't gotta fuck your daddy. Boom. So what are we discussing tonight as a main topic? Blue Beetle Productions. Oh shit. What's going on? Okay.
Here, I got him. Hold on.
So what are we discussing tonight as main topics? Blue Beetle Predictions or Adventures of Superman. We will do both. Our main topic is hype for Blue Beetle. It's going to be hype. We're going to talk about some interviews that came out. We're going to talk about our anticipation for Blue Beetle as a film and as a DC film. We're also going to talk about an interesting topic I want to discuss now that James Gunn is starting to build his universe. I want to ask a question to everyone. So we're going to do that. And then we are also going to discuss, of course, me and Trevor will give our reviews for My Adventures of Superman. Oh, the devices are not connected. Let's get Chosen. Chosen. Head Chosen. I got to unmute his mic. Let's see.
Maybe he chooses to be viewed right now. I don't know.
Yeah. Trevor is here.
Welcome.
There's Trevor.
How's it going?
Doing good. How's it going with you?
Good.
You just so you know, you got payback coming for what you did last night.
I can't believe you did that shit.
Chosen influenced me.
Chosen, if you're still... Oh, let's try it this way. What the heck? I keep trying to Chosen, you're muted on your end.
Maybe he wants. I don't know.
I keep trying to unmute it.
Maybe he wants to be muted right now. I don't know.
Are you wanting to be muted, Chosen? Type in the chat, bro, if you have anything to say. Because I keep trying. Oh, shit. Where'd he go? He must have been having issues.
Okay.
Do we really want him in here, though? He keeps saying Chelsea and Allegra are your favorites. He keeps saying.
I still like his opinion on things. I still like to hear what he has to say.
Fair point.
I'm going to move this.
I'm just watching the finish of the Twins game right now.
How's the game?
We're up 5-2 going to the 9th right now, so trying to close it out here.
Sorry, guys. I just got to plug in the charger to my laptop. Oh, you're having Wi-Fi problems? Get off that McDonald's Wi-Fi. Oh, using this on a PC is like magic. Like the view, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the sound and the view on here, like we can do the stream for a long time. There's so many, we won't have any problems on this. I hear you guys like crystal perfect clear.
Good.
Like this is amazing. So yeah, so like I said, Brandon, we got a couple topics. So me and Trevor are going to give our thoughts on the latest episode of My Adventures of Superman. We'll start with that. Then also, I want you guys to know, even though this is a DC podcast, we have some things that aren't DC that we absolutely need to talk about. So
Exactly. And Joe?
Yes, sir.
I don't know how reliable MCU source is on Twitter.
Yeah.
The source says that the Avengers will be taking on like 3 Kang variants. And
I heard that.
they'll be taking on 3 Kang variants. And it'll be divided into 3 teams.
You still muted, Chosen? Chosen, you're still muted. Oh, there you go.
There you go.
There
There
you
you go.
And then
Is
I
it finally gonna work, bro?
Yeah. I was like, what the hell is going on? So what were you saying, Trevor? Sorry, I was trying to fix Chosen's thing real quick.
Well, I just wanted to know how you feel on that because,
About the 3 Kang variants?
yeah, because I know you're at your wit's end with Marvel right now.
Oh, wit's end doesn't even begin to it. Like, dude, I'm gonna say something wild, and I'm gonna do this tonight because tonight's gonna be a big night. I got a lot planned tonight that you guys are gonna be awesome. And Jake, after I teach Trevor some manners, are you wanting to get on Battlefront tonight?
Sure.
Good, because I got some. Chosen, you're muted again,
Can
bro.
you guys
there
hear
you go.
me? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard you the first time. So don't mute
Bro, I
yourself.
swear
I had
to
you
God.
unmuted. Yeah.
I
Just
swear
so
to
okay.
God, if this happens,
So what I'm going to say right now is, so the news of Secret Wars, from what I'm hearing, sounds exciting, Trevor. I am at my wit's end when it comes to the MCU, because as long as Gaia exists, I will always be at my wit's end when it comes to Marvel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I got to show you guys something. You guys want to see what I got working right before Ahsoka?
yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey,
With my
Nice.
Rancor tooth. This is custom made for Galaxy's Edge. But yeah,
that
more
looks
on that
cool.
later.
The purple, man. The purple is the best.
Oh, dude, it's fucking awesome because it means I got a little bit of dark side, but I got a little bit of light side too.
And a little bit of motherfucker in there.
Yep, exactly. I've had it with these motherfucking MCU fans in my motherfucking chat trying to do their shit. No, but seriously, so the question we're going to start with today is, I know James Gunn hasn't started his universe 100% yet. Yeah, man, that's my lightsaber, Brandon. You're going to be seeing a lot of videos with that in a couple of days. And during the watch party, if cool shit happens, we'll do a thing in the watch party. Every time we're doing a watch party and something cool happens with lightsabers, like lightsaber fights are
You're
awesome,
gonna pull out your lightsaber.
I'm going to take out my lightsaber and go, woo! Like when I get excited, yeah, let's go! Woo! All right, so down to business. So I know James Gunn hasn't started his universe officially yet, but with the recent stuff with some of the DC movies that have kind of come out that have kind of not been doing well at the box office, and all the kind of nonsense going on online with Gal Gadot not being in the DC universe and being in the DC universe and not being in the DC universe, just kind of mixed communication, right? And so I did a video the other day about what Zack Snyder's plan was if he did a Justice League 2 for
Oh yes, that
for
we do
Team
need to talk
Spider-Verse.
about.
Oh yeah. We got.
So what we got to talk about here is, as cool as it would have been to see a Flashpoint done by Zack Snyder. Do we think that we are going to be better off without the Snyderverse moving forward? Like what's everyone's thoughts?
Yes.
Oh, AJ's here. Let me get AJ here.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
We are.
Hey, Brosif.
Because, honestly,
Alright.
as much as I love Zack Snyder's work that he did with Zack Snyder's Justice League, as well as Man of Steel, I do think we need a better take. I do think we can do better on the take of the Flashpoint storyline. And I think with James Gunn
Well,
in
Trevor
charge, I think
Jackson.
he
I'm
could.
gonna get a drink. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Keep talking, Trevor. I'm just shutting off the fan real quick.
But you know, with James Gunn in charge, I do have a feeling that we could get a potential Justice League film centered on the Legion of Doom or in Justice League with
Yeah.
with the Reverse Flash as one of the villains or maybe the main villain. Though I think if they were gonna do Legion of Doom or in Justice League, I think Reverse Flash should have been a member and should have just been strictly a Flash villain. If you ask me.
Oh, they definitely had the opportunity to do it.
Exactly.
Don't mind me, guys. I'm just filling up my Mando mug real quick.
Freaking camera.
No worries, take your time.
You know,
Oh shit.
since
man.
we're all excited for the movie, I'm gonna just show it. This is what we're excited for, okay? This right here, this buddy right here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you sly dog.
We got lots of things to say about Blue Beetle. So don't
And also, we got this one too. You know, Flash. Yeah, but yeah, this movie.
Joseph, it's nice to see your face.
No, thank you. I want you to see this.
Oh,
This is
I
what
already saw
want.
it. We already seen it.
Well, yeah, you already seen it.
It's
so-
nice. Oh, that's a cool Funko Pop. Miguel, what's up, man?
Miguel. El Serpiente.
Anyways, I was gonna say,
Mr. Diaz, what are you doing?
you know what? I'm gonna get the one with the suit. Actually, I'm gonna get the one with the
What's
suit.
going on, AJ? I see.
Yeah,
you
I
got-
responded to you, Brandon, on what you said on my video.
Hi,
All
how
right.
you doing? How you doing, AJ? I see you down there.
He looks like he's chilling.
You look like you're laying in your bed.
Yeah,
How's it
usually
going,
at this
AJ?
time of night, AJ's usually chilling in his bed at this time. All right, so I got my Mando mug. All right,
Turn off
So,
my TV.
all right. So my thought on this whole thing is,
Let me turn off.
I
the TV.
think
Suspended.
yes, there are possibilities for they could have done a much better sequel. Yes, there totally were possibilities. But the Snyderverse was such a limited concept. Their plan for a trilogy, hey, it's Chosen in the flesh in his Deadpool shirt.
You know, I was telling you, Deadpool is one of the best characters. Okay. You're not.
Well, yeah, because he can kill everyone in the MCU, which makes him great.
Should I change my light? Blue is
As you
actually
were saying,
good.
Joe.
Oh yeah, so it's such a limited concept. Like, I don't know if you guys read into like the original plans besides just the Reverse Flash, but they
I
were
did read
paying.
into the original plan.
Well, like he was playing. Zack Snyder was paying Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck basically so much money just to be his stars in his universe, but he was gonna kill Batman by the end of his trilogy.
What?
Which makes no
Exactly.
sense to me. It makes no sense. And he already fucked up with how he treated Batman, so it's like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Sorry.
So to me, my take on the Snyderverse continuing, I'm glad we're moving forward with a different plan.
Me too.
Right.
Like I think it shows. Like I know like Flash was still trying to clean up a lot of the Snyderverse stuff, so it was trying to like do little references and all that. And I'm hearing that Blue Beetle is going to have references to Man of Steel. But remember, even though Blue Beetle references the DCEU, the character is going to be continue into James Gunn's new universe by the same actor. So
Yes.
no matter what the story is, the story may be set in the DCEU, but the character will be for the new universe. So this movie is, well, the movie Blue Beetle is a DCEU movie. This is the first character of James Gunn's DCU to appear in the new universe. So,
Right.
yeah. All right, hold up. Let's see what Brandon said something about my Ben Affleck thing. Character
Ben
development
Affleck
wise, it makes no
supposed
sense. Agreed.
Batman.
Yeah, that was also supposed to happen. Brandon. I was curious to see what they were going to do with that. All right, so
Yeah, he was
I think we're all in agreement. Snyderverse, nay. We're all kind of like, we don't need it.
We
It would
don't
have been
need it. We'll be fine
interesting.
without it. It's,
Yeah.
it's time to move on.
I
Obviously.
agree. So we're gonna get through some quick, just smaller DC topics, and then we're gonna build up to Blue Beetle, and then I have another topic non DC related because we all know what we got to talk about that comes out next week that we're all excited about.
Oh, you better believe it.
Ahsoka, baby.
Yep.
So
We're gonna save that for last. All right, so smaller DC topics to get through. So James Gunn says that apparently because of the writer's strike, we won't be getting any more information on the Waller show that they're working on, which is basically a Peacemaker like 2.0 type of show.
Basically, I think it's basically a series set. Oh fuck, grammar. Sorry. Basically, it's a series set to set up Peacemaker season 2.
Yeah, exactly. Which is cool. I mean, I feel like we know enough of what we need to know for Waller, so I'm not really that upset about it. So I think that's just a short, brief thought. I think we're all kind of on the same page. It's like these are the things that are going to happen with the writer's strike, but there's still been developments that are pretty interesting. All right, let's talk about, because people are very confused on this. What do you guys think about? So we went from one day to being like, oh, Gal Gadot is gonna stay in the DCU, to she's not staying in the DCU. What are our kind of like? Are we happy that we're getting a new Wonder Woman potentially, or are we kind of like, well, that's kind of stupid? Like where are we guys? Where are we at?
I'll say this, as much as I love Gal Gadot, she was a great Wonder Woman during her time in the DC universe. But I'd be okay with a new Wonder Woman.
I'm glad we're getting a new Wonder Woman because I think we need a new Batman, new Superman, and new Wonder Woman all together.
Exactly, I don't. Because this needs to be a new universe altogether.
It'll get too confusing if she stays as Wonder Woman because then it'd be like, well, she's like, why is she older than Superman and why is she different? Like, it just doesn't work.
Exactly.
So, hey, Green Arrow, welcome.
Love Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman, but it just doesn't work. And not to mention, Joe, we have. I think you and I have both done this too. We've read reports on what the script would have looked like for Wonder Woman 3, and it looked horrible.
Yeah, it was horrible.
It would have confused a lot of DC fans because a lot of DC fans would be like, oh, so you brought back Gal Gadot from the DCEU, but you didn't bring back Henry Cavill. You didn't bring back Ben Affleck.
And not to mention, we probably would have gotten a lot of Snyder brats being all like, you're giving us false hope. We want respect.
Those bitches are going to complain anyway. They're going to complain anyway.
Exactly.
Right. Yo, Joe, I'm going to send you something. Hold on.
Okay, no worries, Chosen.
What are you going to send?
No, it's something about Blue Beetle. It's something cool. I want to.
Yeah, I got a lot of cool news about Blue Beetle. We're gonna build up to that. We're building up to that. All right. So it's kind of a small topic. Speaking of Blue Beetle, well, this doesn't exactly talk about Blue Beetle itself. I do want to talk about, if you guys don't know this, before he was assigned to do Blue Beetle, the director of Blue Beetle really wanted to do a Bane movie or like a Bane Batman movie because he really wants to do Bane. Like because Bane has Mexican roots, just like with Blue Beetle, and so he had his.
I think that would work, And
Bane, so I hope he still gets to do it because
Blue Beetle sequel. I think that could work
because there was this
roots and his time in Santa Prisca, so it's like
because there was an article where the director talked about if he ever gets to do Bane, he already said he knew who he wanted to play Bane, and I think we can all agree with the choice that he said that would happen in a heartbeat.
Who is it?
He wanted to make that beautiful Dave Bautista as Bane thing happen. He wanted it to happen.
Hell yeah!
Which I was all for. I'm 100% on board for that one. All right.
Dave Bautista's not going to say no. He's been wanting to play Bane. He's been bugging James Gunn to cast him as Bane. Like, he's not going to say no.
There's no way James Gunn can say no to Bautista playing Bane.
Yep. Okay. So Brandon says Jamie Alexander, who played Lady Sif in the MCU, would make a good Wonder Woman for the new DCU. I agree. I think she's at a good age where that could be believable. I like that cast.
I wouldn't be opposed to it.
What'd you say, Trevor?
I wouldn't be opposed to that.
Yeah, she did a good job as Lady Sif, and she's pretty much already out of the MCU, so why not get out when it's all going to shit and just go move forward? So,
yeah. Get like a bigger role for, and get a bigger role than what she originally
she wasn't
got.
that big of a deal as Lady Sif, so I think it's good that she could get the opportunity to do more. I like that idea. I think that's cool. All right, so our another big topic is, as you guys know, and AJ, you can chime in on this too in the chat if you want. So we had a pretty big episode of My Adventures with Superman this last week.
I haven't watched it. I
You
haven't
watched
the
the two
show.
Chosen?
I haven't watched the show, so.
I
But
really
you guys can talk spoilers. I don't care.
Yeah, it's really been interesting, this kind of anime, because we know they're doing more DC animes coming out soon. So it's really interesting how this this show turned out. I liked that this show touched on the whole multiverse concept in this last episode. This episode for me was it was very good, but I had mixed feelings on it too.
Understandable.
Because I feel like some of the stuff with how do I put this? Some of the stuff with the I'm mad at you, I'm not mad at you stuff between Lois and Clark, I kind of didn't really like that drama between them. I wish they would kind of just move forward.
Me too.
Yeah, but I mean, it's good to play. It was cool. The concept of the different Loises are cool. I'll also say this, and I don't know what they're gonna do with it, but their big cliffhanger thing at the end of the episode with that there was that Lois finds out that there's other Earths of Superman that's bad. I'm gonna say something.
Ultraman.
I'm gonna say something kind of a hot take that I'll be completely honest with you. I'm gonna pull a Samuel Jackson on this one because I gotta.
God.
I have had it with these motherfucking evil Supermans in this motherfucking DC universe that they keep doing.
But I will say this, Joe.
Yeah.
If the evil Superman they do in particular is Ultraman, I'd be okay with it.
Yeah, see, here's the thing. If it's I'm fine with things like Ultraman and Homelander because they're different from Superman, but one of the things that makes Superman so unique and so interesting is his humanity, which this show is doing so well. So I don't think evil Superman hits the way that people want it to, because we want our Superman to be hopeful. We want him to be this great, heroic, awesome person. That's why Superman and Lois is such a great show.
Hold up. Did you just say evil Superman?
Yeah.
Wait, so oh my god. You know what? I agree. I agree with you, Joe, on that.
I'm just not a fan of it. I don't get what the hype is for. Like, we already have Homelander and Ultraman. Why do we have to have an evil Clark too? Like, it
happened so many times in the Arrowverse too. It happened in the Arrowverse too. It even happened in Superman and Lois too.
They just keep milking it. It's like, Superman's so powerful as a god. Let's just make him evil. And
it's getting old. It's getting old.
Like Greg Heffley said in Diary of a Wimpy Kid, we decided to forgive DC for milking the whole evil Superman thing so hard.
Yeah, definitely. So that was one of my criticisms. I hope they don't drag too much with that. And honestly, one thing that really bummed me out was I didn't really care for the episode before this one with the gay monkey and stuff that they had going on. Like,
yeah, that was goofy.
But what I will say is what makes me really upset, and I don't know if they're building it up for the later episodes or what, but they should just focus on the Task Force X stuff, because I want to see what's going on with Deathstroke and like the Task Force, because that's where I'm interested. I'm interested in Superman taking out these members of Task Force X, the building up that there's clearly a plan with what they're doing. It was a good episode. It wasn't mind blowing, but it was pretty good. I like the show. I think the show's fun.
Should I watch the show?
Yes.
All right, I'll watch the show. Don't worry.
Definitely check it out. It's pretty cool. I like that it's going to be a stepping stone for some of the other things they're doing. Like, they're doing an anime about the Suicide Squad with Joker and Harley. They're going to do they plan to make a Flash anime as well eventually.
Oh yeah, now you mentioned Flash. I actually a few months ago I saw one of the Flash animated movie. What was it called? I think it was Flashpoint.
Flashpoint Paradox?
Yeah, that one. It was actually pretty good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's the DC animated movies don't slap, except for Justice League World War. That one was that was bad.
Oh yeah, I heard about that one.
Well, it had its moments. I will say that.
Oh yeah, by the way,
there were moments, but there was a lot of bad stuff. Until it got to the crisis setup, I was kind of like, "Wow, what is this?"
Oh, by the way, I was gonna say, we're gonna tomorrow. I think in a few hours, we're gonna see the score for Blue Beetle, the Rotten Tomato score.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it will be good. I've heard nothing but good things so far.
Please be good. I'm begging the score to be good. I want.
If the score's not good, then it's a bunch of Snyder fans trying to blow it up again.
Yo, imagine how shocking it would be if it was 90%. Imagine how
that would be awesome. I would love it to be 90%. I mean, it'd be so cool. We'll see what happens.
There's gonna be some Snyder fans out there who
There's gonna be some people hating about that this movie's.
But what if
moving
they don't
forward.
hate it? What if the Snyder fans don't hate it?
I mean, it's possible, but I don't
Don't be
see it
smart.
as that likely.
Unlikely.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
there's
it's
always
unlikely.
gonna be that mixed aspect. There's always gonna be people that just don't
My
like,
prediction.
vibe with it.
My prediction is around 70 to 80. That's my prediction.
I would be happy with. I'll say this: if I could pick like a score prediction of like what I think I'd be happy with. So let's see. What did Flash start with? Flash was like what 60?
Let me check actually. Hold on.
Yeah, I think so.
I want to check. I'll let you know. 64.
Okay. Was that what it started with the first time when it first came out, or is that just?
I
what it
think so.
dropped
I
to?
think that was.
Okay.
I think it was around 60. Yeah.
Okay, if it's around 60, I would love Blue Beetle to be at least 85 would be good for me. I think 85 to 80 to maybe 90 I think would be acceptable. I'll even take a 75. Like if
As
It-
long as it's higher than Flash, I'm totally fine with it.
yeah, anything of over 60 I'm happy with. I will be
Yeah.
personally because
There's gonna be people out there who are gonna hate on it who haven't even seen the movie though.
Even the people are saying that it's a Iron Man ripoff.
Like I think it's ridiculous.
Well, the
There's
thing
gonna
is, like, Blue Beetle's not Iron Man. He's his own thing, and he's a
People
young
don't
man.
understand, yes.
Understand.
Playboy.
It's gonna
So
be-
it's like,
there's gonna be people out there who are gonna hate on the movie who haven't even seen it.
well, I know a couple people who are already hating on it. Who
I'm
haven't even
ignoring the
seen
haters.
the
I'm ignoring
trailers.
the haters. I'm not gonna listen to the haters.
Yeah, don't listen to the haters. The haters don't know anything. I mean, all I know, man, is I'm excited for this movie.
Me too.
I'm seeing this movie on Friday. So you know what? It's time. We're gonna get into it because we got some good Blue Beetle
Joe.
stuff to get into.
where are you seeing the movie at?
I'm seeing it at Southdale. I think in Dobie. Me and Ella are gonna go.
I'm
Okay,
seeing on
me and
Thursday.
Caitlin
I'm
are
seeing
gonna
on
watch it on
Thursday.
the
Just letting you guys know.
Me and Caitlin-
What are you guys seeing it on Friday or Thursday?
We're seeing it
Thursday.
on Thursday. Me and
Nice.
Caitlin are gonna go watch it on the monster screen.
Because
You might
yeah,
have to make your
because,
YouTube return then, Trevor.
I
Oh,
might.
also,
I mean,
by the way,
but first, before I even think about making a return on YouTube altogether, I want to work on a new intro, and I have a new song for it.
Oh, that's cool. What's gonna be the new song? Anything you can tease?
Well, the song I'm doing happens to be a Christian song. That much I'll say.
I have
That's cool.
something else to say, but
What is it? If it's
Oh, I know what he's gonna say.
for
oh,
those
didn't
who
you want to say my Miley Cyrus?
for those who are
no,
in the chat, for those who are in the chat, here's the link
Damn
to
it,
the live stream
Jacob!
tomorrow.
no.
What?
Tell Jacob to reinstall Injustice and
No,
let's
no,
begin
no,
to
no,
build this shit.
no.
Joe, I send a link for the stream tomorrow in the chat.
I'll check that out.
Because we're gonna go live tomorrow, right? So
Yes, sir. Oh, you sent it to me on Discord, or where'd you send it? Instagram?
In the chat.
Yeah, in the chat. Because there's some people in the chat that probably wants to see it. So
I agree, you Joe. Evil Superman, and I'm confused. Boyfriend.
if anyone else wants to join, go ahead. Like anyone.
Yeah, it's pretty weird. I agree. I agree with that for sure, AJ.
Like I'm allowing guests. So if you guys want to join, go ahead. It's not only me and Joe.
All right, so we got. All right, where's this? I gotta find this big one because there's this big article. I love doing this from the I love doing this from the PC now because I can read off my phone when I have my script, which makes this fun. Okay, so
The heck?
So I guess before we get into this big article, let's talk because this article is juicy. Like there's some good stuff this is an article from the Blue Beetle director and the stunt choreographer, and he dropped some really cool things that I'm even gonna make a YouTube video on this. And I have an idea about I'm gonna do a different kind of video tomorrow. So instead of a stream, I'm gonna do a video with my PC and I'm going to record me playing Injustice as Blue Beetle and cover this this video because this video I'm gonna do is it's gonna talk about like how Blue Beetle's supposed to fight in the new movie because they made a bunch of references and stuff, which we're gonna talk about in a minute. Because Trevor, this is gonna get you really hyped for the movie when we talk about this.
Yep.
So, okay, so before we get into this, let's talk about one thing I want to talk about is, so we know reactions came out yesterday. We already talked about what we kind of would like from the score. What are you guys wanting as fans, as everyone in this room? Most of us know Blue Beetle as a character more than half the other audience members do, right?
Okay.
So, as a fan of the character, what do you want the Blue Beetle movie to do that you haven't seen from any other DC movie? Like what are you guys expecting that this will do for this character? Do you want more? Do you want
Can I go first?
fans that don't know who they are? Do you guys want just like you want to see just how cool it is to see this character in live action? Like what? Like where's everyone's heads at when in terms?
Can I go first real quick? I want to go first because I.
All right, Chosen, you can go first since I know you're seeing the movie tomorrow and Trevor's seeing the movie tomorrow. So or Thursday.
I don't know the Blue
Thursday,
Beetle
Thursday.
character that well, but it's kind of interesting that we're getting to see more of his powers in these trailers. Like we see him using the sword, which I thought that thing was so cool. I'm sorry, that thing.
Which
was
we're going to talk about that because I
We're
have some,
having
I have some references to that in my interview that we're going to talk about too.
And
So-
also, there's other stuff that are cool, like him like protecting his family. You know, protecting his family from these evil villains, whatever. Which I
Yep.
think that's a great idea for a superhero. You know, I love that idea.
Yeah, I think one thing that stands out to me, and I've made this claim, and I don't know how people are going to feel about this claim, considering they consider this movie to be sacred. People are thinking about this movie with the storyline similar to Iron Man with the tech stuff. But you know what movie they should be comparing this to in the MCU?
Shazam.
Well, that, but I'm talking about just a movie. Like if we're doing a comparison of an MCU movie to a DC movie,
Oh,
this is the Black Panther of the DC movies.
I see
This is
what
a
you're
combination
saying,
of
bro.
Black Panther and Spider-Man.
Because
Black Panther
it's-
because of the
because
Because
heritage.
if you think about it, the movie is focused on Latino.
Latino
Hispanic
heritage,
heritage.
and Spider-Man because of the youth.
Yeah, and so I think this is like that's kind of the vibe that you get where like that they're doing a family story with Latinos and focusing on that Hispanic story, which is really cool. And it's got that fun flavor. The humor is going to be very based on that. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna love this movie.
What would you say? Chosen?
I was just say I'm gonna love this movie. It's gonna be
Yeah,
good.
dude. Honestly, no matter what anyone says, I'll probably love this movie more than anything. I'm biased as hell, but I'm just glad that the first actor from Cobra Kai to come into
The
any
DC universe.
thing is fucking
Yeah, the fact
Miguel,
that
man. Just-
Miguel from Cobra
Miguel
Kai
being
playing
in this
Blue Beetle
movie,
just makes it so much better.
I can't wait to show you guys. I can't wait for you guys to see my outfit when I go see Blue Beetle. I have the perfect outfit that you guys are gonna freak out about.
Oh no.
So I told Jake and Trevor. I told Jake and Trevor about my plan when I do my out of the theater reaction, where I was gonna record, where I was gonna do Miguel the first time he fought Kyler. It was like it's not lame ass
lame ass
karate,
karate.
it's Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai.
Oh yeah.
I've
So-
seen him beat Kyler's ass. After
I'm
he
wearing,
beats his boys.
I'm gonna wear my Blue Beetle shirt, and I'm gonna wear my Cobra Kai headband. So I'm supporting both fandoms when I go.
Yo,
see it.
Joe, can I just say something real quick?
Yeah.
So one of my friends on Twitter, so he saw he was watching the Blue Beetle movie because he had early access,
Mm-hmm.
and you won't believe that the projector exploded. It looks like people loved it. It looks like people loved it. Apparently.
Yeah. The movie's awesome. So it just exploded the projector.
That's insane.
I'm guessing people are gonna love this movie. You know what? I'm
I'm
in. I don't care.
Speaking of which, give me a minute. I gotta grab something since we're talking about Blue Beetle. I want to show you something I picked up in preparation for Blue Beetle that I wanted to show you. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm guessing when people saw the movie, people were just cheering and stuff, and people were getting excited. That's how the whole thing got crazy. And I hope this movie is good for me. Blue Beetle. I know. Man, we can go live until I don't know how long because yeah, it's crazy. Just glad to go live for this.
That I'll be reading to get ready for. That I'll be reading to get ready for Friday. I'm gonna show you guys something cool. I
Okay.
picked these up at the comic book store a while ago.
Mm.
So here's one of them.
Nice.
Damn.
So this is a Blue Beetle Rebirth. It's not been opened yet. And then I have this one, which is actually a comic in Spanish.
Ooh.
And it advertises Titans on the back too, so it's kind of cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, so these are really cool ones. So yeah, these I just wanted to show these because I've been so excited. So I gotta explain to you guys, like, because some of you guys might not know, like, how I am, like, why I'm so excited. Not just Sholo playing Blue Beetle, but I've always been, and this is gonna be a hot take. So everybody kind of like, so this is gonna be something that people might get mad about, but so people compare. When you think of like bug superheroes, right?
Yeah.
People compare Blue Beetle to Spider-Man so much because of their personalities.
Yes.
And I will always love Spider-Man as a kid, but one of the reasons I fell in love with DC when I was a kid was obviously you got Batman, you got Green Arrow, you got all these great characters. But one of the things I loved was I remember watching the Brave and the Bold animated show when I was a kid. And I remember watching the episodes of Blue Beetle teaming up with Batman and just like loving, like, because with Spider-Man, you know, he's got his quips, he's got his webs, he can punch, he can kick. But I just remember falling in love with this character, especially the Jaime version of him, because he's Hispanic, he's a teenager, so you got the whole Spider-Man vibe. But you got this really cool, like, just, I can turn my, this suit will let me create any weapon that I want type of deal. And so I always thought Blue Beetle was just the coolest character. So for me, I've been so excited for this movie more than any other DC movie because even though we've seen Batman, we've seen all these other characters, we've seen what they can do, but Blue Beetle is such a cool character because even though it's the suit, you know, as they say, that makes the man, this suit's really fucking cool. Like what he can do with it is just awesome. And the fact they're giving it to a really smart teenager, it's similar to the Spider-Man thing. But I think Blue Beetle is just a bit better than Spider-Man as a character. I think he's just a bit more interesting than all the other versions of Spider-Man because you got these new things. And I hope that what I really hope is Spider-Man's a phenomenon right now for everyone, right? So I'd love for people to look at Blue Beetle the way that they look at Spider-Man. Like my dream is to see people just look at Blue Beetle and go, oh my gosh, this is DC Spider-Man. Look at how awesome this character is. He can cut things with his sword hands. He can do like,
I'm already seeing it,
like,
you know?
Like, I just feel like that's what I want to see. It's just people have that love that I have for Blue Beetle.
Yo, Joe, guess what?
What?
You know who the guy named 3C Films?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he 2 hours ago he was seated for Blue Beetle. I think he already saw it. I don't know.
What did I do with my? Oh, it's over here. All right, so we're gonna get into this hype topic because this topic is gonna go for probably a long time in our podcast. So an article came out today. I shared earlier today, and this article is called "Blue Beetle Director Reveals Several References Where the Character Manifests His Powers." We'll say from the suit came from, right? So in a recent interview with Discussing Film, I'm gonna read this article to you guys, and then we're gonna talk about it because it's got some juicy bits in it. So it says, in a recent interview with Discussing Film, Blue Beetle director Angel Manuel, got a long name like Soto, like big, like I guess a huge name, and he's the director of Blue Beetle. And he says, reveals where the inspiration for the character's weapons and manifestations, capabilities deviated from, basically. And so it says, get ready for, in exactly 3 days, Blue Beetle will finally be hitting theaters after a much anticipation, seeing Xolo Menendez, Jaime Reyes adapted onto the big screen. So we move forward with Blue Beetle director Angel Soto revealed in a recent interview with Discussing Film, full interview here, the several references Blue Beetle's weapons manifestation capabilities will allude to, including that of an exciting counterpart of the character we have seen before in the Injustice 2 video game.
Oh.
So this is where we get into it. Here it comes. We used a lot of references like the Raid movies and the Gangs of London for the hand-to-hand combat.
Oh,
Fucking got me
nice.
so hyped, dude. I'm losing my shit. I'm
I'm
making a
done.
video about this for sure.
I'm done.
Oh damn.
And then we get it gets better. So this is hand-to-hand combat, which John Fowler, our stunt choreographer, drives very well. We managed to make something that represented that kind of flashy intimacy that can exist in violence, but at the same time, we play with different alternatives that are fantastic and wish fulfillment of a young man. For example, a lot of the combos in Injustice 2, we use them as a reference during the fights.
Oh nice.
Oh,
Damn.
Of the weapons, Blue Beetle's blaster was even inspired by Mega Man.
You know
Oh,
what?
nice.
We might-
Fucking awesome.
I have hope. I
Hey
have hope now.
Chosen.
And this isn't
Okay.
even over, guys. We got more to read.
Well, I
There's
got something I wanted to ask
shoot.
Chosen.
Yeah,
about, Whatever.
so let me finish the article, and then we're going to talk about all this shit, because this is good.
I had something. I had something I wanted to ask Chosen though, but okay.
Okay, you can ask him in a minute. I'm almost done with this article. So then the article says there's a scene where Jaime says, Kachida, show me something. And he pulls out a gun that we chose to look like the ZF-1 gun from The Fifth Element. And he's like, no, Kachida, no killing. Then we play with that again towards the end of the movie where Jaime goes, anything I want. Okay? He bursts out Cloud's sword from Final Fantasy. Why? Because we're gamers. We were asking ourselves, wow, what I would have a Buster sword like they do in Final Fantasy to be able to play with those nods, including some from Dragon Ball Z, play with a lot
nice.
of that I'm not going to spoil, but it was super good,
Dude.
fun. I feel like I was 12 again. All right. So let's discuss. So holy shit, man, this article is fucking awesome.
Oh,
Like when they said the raid and the gangs of London,
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, oh my god, the hand-to-hand
Okay.
combat in this movie, it's gonna be peak DC.
Never
for
mind.
sure.
Never
Like,
mind.
and the other thing, I don't know if you guys watched my video where I covered the behind the scenes of Blue Beetle, but there's something to reveal in the behind the scenes that's really cool, where the suit for Blue Beetle, a lot of things in DC and Marvel, a lot of times they do costumes nowadays, especially in the MCU. A lot of the costumes are mostly CGI.
Yeah.
The suit for Blue Beetle, I've been told by Sholo, by many people on interviews that I've scoured across the internet, it's a practical suit. Like, it's real. It's not CGI.
Yeah.
When he's walking around on set,
Right.
they don't put him on a green screen and just put him in a green screen suit. It's a real suit.
I was gonna talk about that. Someone actually was at the thing, right? And they saw
Yeah.
the Blue Beetle suit on the thing where I don't know what it was called. And then it's
Uh,
you're right, Joe. It's actually practical. It's real.
Yep.
It's like
Which you don't see as much nowadays. So that makes me very happy to know that it's a practical suit. Because then when you see the action, you're like, oh, this is so cool. Like, in the behind the scenes, you can see Sholo in, like, he's got, like, sparring gear on. So he's got, like, elbow pads and knee pads, just like I would at karate. And he's fighting dudes. And you'll see him, like, in the stunt room, like, fighting guys. And then, like, blocking, kicking, doing awesome things. It's so cool. I just love seeing how Cobra Kai helped him get ready for Blue Beetle too,
Me
which is
too.
awesome. So
Hey.
you can see that, which is awesome. But so it's so cool to see that in the styles and the reflection of the styles. I think really works. So yeah, well, I wanted to touch on that. But Jake, you said you hadn't asked Chosen something real quick.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Chosen.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the Raid movies?
No.
What?
Wait. Am I tripping or did I not see it? Hold on. Because I don't really remember watching movies, actually.
So the guy that made Rogue One made these movies called The Raid, and so The Raid Redemption and The Raid 2. And so The Raid is an Indonesian martial arts fight film. And so the first movie, I own them actually on Blu-ray.
I own them both too.
Yeah, so they're
Hold
basically
on.
for me, they're like peak action movie. Like, they're up there with Old Boy. They're up there with the greats. When you look at foreign movies, that's the pinnacle for foreign movies that you can get, because what you have here is just an absolute, like, blood, guts, brutality, incredible stuff that just people love. And it's so well choreographed, and the fight scenes are incredibly brutal, and it's awesome. Now, obviously, Blue Beetle won't have that level of brutal fight scenes, but I think the idea is that the choreography will look really good still, while still maintaining that kind of PG-13, PG kids rating.
Here we go. Hold on. Trying to show them.
Oh yeah, I can get my copy too.
The Raid Redemption,
Nice.
The Raid 2.
I'm just looking for something real quick.
They're pretty badass action movies. They're great.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Like, I never saw them before, but then a friend of mine, which was Joe, introduced me to them one night, and I was like, oh my god, I gotta order these movies right now.
Oh yeah, when he
Because they were that good. I was like, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I was like, I'm thinking Jake needs to see these movies like right now. Where the hell is it? I'm just looking for it right now because I want to see where my copy is. Oh, here we go. Bingo! It was right next to Rogue One. Funny. Considering they're made by the same director. My copy, and I might actually watch these tonight to get ready for Blue Beetle. Or I'll
Yep, I
watch
got
them
the same
tomorrow.
one.
Yeah, ours are the same case. But so like it comes with both movies. And so these movies are like when we talk like action, like specifically for Chosen, me and Trevor, who have done martial arts in real life. If you want to see like good choreography at you want to see like actual martial arts techniques used in their most brutal like fashion ever, this is the kind of movies for that.
Yeah.
So, like, you know how people always brag about, like, you know that one fight scene in Arrow where we're in season 1 of Arrow when Oliver goes and rescues Walter, and he has to beat up all those guys to get to where Walter is?
Yeah.
That hallway fight scene was only made possible because there's this fight scene in The Raid where it's in this big hallway, and the main guy who is pretending to be a SWAT team leader ends up disarming a guy with a machete and cutting the hands off these 3 dudes with machetes. And then he goes around and just, this dude just goes absolutely apeshit. Like, it's
Okay, from what you're describing me, The Raid seems like a movie I definitely need to check out.
Dude, you haven't, the fact that you haven't seen them is crazy. You got to borrow Jake's copies or something because, dude, that movie is incredible.
Yeah, The Raid is one of those movies I've definitely been meaning to watch. Like,
Yo,
I feel like
I'm
that's a
trying to
movie that
find time and
I feel like
mood to
that's a
watch
movie we
that.
need to watch on your projector or something where so you can see it in its full glory.
Yo, I was just rewatching.
Trevor, sometime we'll get together and we'll
Joe.
watch those movies
Yeah.
at your house.
I was
Perfect.
rewatching that hallway fight with Oliver Queen. I think it was episode 21 of season 1. Dude, that hallway fight is probably one of the best sequences.
It is one of the best sequences because what I love about it too is like when I watched it before, I didn't know all the moves. I just know it looked really flashy and cool. But now that I know what each of the moves are, it makes it better. So like when Oliver does the spinning hook kick to the guy in the head and just jams him against the clock, so fucking beautiful.
Also, there was actually another hallway fight in season 7, episode 7, I think. With
it has been a scientifically proven fact that in most amazing TV shows, it's literally become a meme at this point that you can't have a good superhero show or even a good action show without an incredible hallway fight scene. Like
That's what I'm saying.
Pretty
But
much.
take
For example,
Daredevil.
Daredevil.
Yep, Daredevil. Literally, I remember the one time it was like the superpower of Daredevil isn't that he's blind. The superpower is that Daredevil shows up in a hallway. You're going to get your ass killed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
That was his
and-
true superpower.
and the staircase fight scene in season 2 of Daredevil.
Oh, the staircase
Literally
fight
one of
is
my
great.
favorite fight scenes out of any superhero show ever made.
I want to say something actually.
Yeah.
The hallway fight in She-Hulk was good, but then when She-Hulk came in, it got worse.
Well, so they were trying to
That
bait people.
That ruined it.
I have a feeling that what they were doing was trying to be like, oh, just wait, don't worry. In the Daredevil show, you'll get real hallway fight scenes.
Please.
So that's my hope, at least.
Like the fact that Shield just comes in and just like, oh hey, by the way, this is still my show. It's still my spotlight.
I'll say this.
I was like, who cares? Daredevil is
Yeah.
better.
I'll say this for sure because we know they're going to be in at least one. I'll say this: we know he's going to be in at least one episode, maybe even a couple episodes of Echo, even though they were only releasing 5 episodes. In one of the 5 episodes of Echo, there better be either a fight scene where Echo and Daredevil are in the hallway taking out people together, or just Daredevil just going down and just.
What if you got none of that, Joe?
I'll be sad because I already think that show's gonna be bad because I don't like that they're releasing all 5 episodes in a binge order.
They're doing that?
Yeah.
You didn't know that?
That
No,
right
they're
there.
doing
That
that.
right
I think
there.
it's ridiculous.
That
It's bullshit.
right there.
I don't know why they're
proves
doing
that
it.
Marvel doesn't have faith in it.
Disney Plus, can you stop doing these random
But the good news is that we have to remember, right? So Echo is supposed to come out in November. It didn't get delayed, right? Is it still November?
No, it's still November. It's
Okay,
not
so if it's
delayed.
still November, the best thing ever, and we're
Surprisingly.
gonna segue into this topic next because I want to talk about this, is nobody's gonna give a shit when that show comes out because Ahsoka will have just ended. And if Ahsoka's as good as I think it's gonna be, which we're gonna talk about in a minute, we're not gonna give 2 shits about what Marvel's doing on Disney Plus.
Joe,
Yeah.
You wanna know what's so funny?
What?
I bet you Echo is gonna do worse than Secret Invasion.
It probably it could. That's definitely a possibility. We're just gonna
Because
have to
don't
wait.
get me wrong. There could be some decent stuff, but just remember, 5 episodes at once.
Yeah.
Not a good sign.
But
Here's my plan. Okay, if the show if the show sucks, this is what I'm going to do. Because the one thing I love about binging is if the show is terrible. Like if I'm watching episode 1 and I just can't get into it, I'm just gonna look at the thumbnails. And the second they show the thumbnail for Daredevil and Kingpin's episode, I'm just gonna skip all the episodes and go straight to that episode.
I can't blame
Oh.
you. I was gonna do that for the Flash season 9, where I was gonna just watch episode 9 and 10.
Yeah, that would have been great. So that would probably be. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, so we're gonna talk about because we kind of segued away from this big thing with this article. So let's talk about this article one more time. Then we're gonna talk about the Ahsoka show because we got some good stuff to talk about. I have some predictions that I want to talk about with you guys that are pretty crazy. All right, so let's cover this article real quick. So we're talking about all these. So the hand-to-hand combat, we already knew when it came to Blue Beetle. We know he's great in hand-to-hand combat. We knew the fights are gonna be good. But what's your biggest takeaway? Like what reference that they're referring to, like in terms of the weapons, in terms of the fight scenes, that gets you the most excited here? Like they're talking about Dragon Ball Z. They're talking about like Mega Man for the canon. They're talking about like fucking Raid and Gangs of London. Like,
Bro.
that's too
I think it's
off.
hard to say, Joe. I think all of it.
I agree with
Literally
that.
every
all of them.
reference
Nice.
there, it's just perfect. Perfect.
And what's even better
Everything
is
down
we
to the
just
last
had a
minute
movie.
detail.
We just had a movie not too long ago that adapted a really cool Dragon Ball scene too, because we just had Dragon Ball in Creed 3.
Exactly.
But a
Bro.
superhero movie, you can get away with things even cooler. So
You have a Blue Beetle mug?
this is a Mando cup.
Oh, it's a Mandalorian cup. Oh,
So
for sec-
for Christmas,
for sec-
I got a whole set of Mando Season 2 cups. So I got one with Luke on them. I got one with Mando. I got one with Ahsoka. But I'm saving my Ahsoka mug for when the show comes out.
For
What's up,
sec,
Andrew Tate?
for a second, I thought that was Blue Beetle. I don't know why.
I wish I had a Beetle cup. So yeah, so I think my final take on this is this is going to be awesome. I can't wait for this movie.
Okay.
I'm excited. So now,
Me too.
but it's time to segue away from DC and talk about the thing I've been waiting to talk about all day. Is we've gotten the trailers, we've gotten the TV slots, we're getting. We lost AJ. Oh, okay.
He said he has to go.
Oh,
see
no worries. All right, so we talk about no worries, buddy. You're all good. So we've been building up. We've been getting these things. So there is a featurette that's out there right now that I'm going to do a reaction and breakdown to later tonight when I get done playing games with everyone, because there is a lot I want to talk about in it, which is why I'm charging my computer. But in this thing, it's basically just Dave Filoni talking about like how he basically knows Star Wars better than anyone else, and he's the last of the brand. Like, you know, no one else. The reason Star Wars has sucked so bad is because we don't. Dave is the only one that's kind of still in that George Lucas wheelhouse of what Star Wars is. And so in this featurette,
What makes Star Wars good?
yeah. And so in this featurette, so I'm gonna go out and say this, even though I haven't seen the episodes yet, and I know the reviews are dropping in a few days from what I heard. But I'll say this: I will be shocked if Ahsoka not only isn't the best Star Wars show on Disney Plus, if it isn't better than Mando, I'll be shocked, because
If
I think it has.
if it's not the best show on Disney Plus, period.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like with Dave, and like they released the order of directors, and Dave has trained everyone on to this show. And like, there's a moment in the featurette where Dave throws shade at all the other, like, so, you know, most of the Star Wars shows, you know, they haven't, because of the sequel trilogy kind of ruined the whole Jedi and Sith thing. They didn't really focus on the Jedi and Sith stuff.
I'm glad, because like
Yeah.
I kind of like the Star Wars stuff that
Except
doesn't
for
have to focus on
Kenobi.
the Jedi.
But here's something I would say. So I'm going to say something kind of a hot topic that people don't talk about is, so even though I enjoyed the acting in the show and I thought the show had some really good moments, so people had said the criticism that one of the things they liked about Andor was that it didn't feel like Star Wars, that it
Yeah.
felt different, which I enjoyed the show for what it was. But while Mando was its own thing and all these other things were its own things, we needed a Star Wars show that reminds us what Star Wars is.
Yeah.
and what it stands for.
And this is, and so I'm sorry. And I know I enjoyed Mando, I enjoyed Boba, I enjoyed all these different things. But even though we only got 2 episodes with 2 fight scenes, like 2 lightsaber fights in Obi-Wan, we needed a Star Wars show, because you can have your ship battles, you can have your blaster battles, you can have all your things. It's not Star Wars if it doesn't involve the Force and lightsabers. It's just not. It's not. So to me, that's why the Ahsoka show is the light that we need, because in this interview, Dave Filoni's talking about, oh yeah, we have all these cool ideas for lightsaber battles, and he's like, but he looks at the camera, and I wanted him, he wouldn't do it because he doesn't want to get in trouble, but it's like he winked in the camera as like, looking at you, Obi-Wan, because what he does is he's literally he's literally talking about, it's like, you know, not only is we gonna have lightsaber fights in this show, but so supposedly Rosario Dawson came, so she's painted in her in her makeup for Ahsoka every day going to set, right?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Andrew Tate asked the question.
You want to ask a question?
It's chosen, Andrew Tate.
Oh, you were answering his? All right, no worries. So,
Yeah.
so she had to wear that makeup day in, day out. And imagine, like, especially for you, me, Trevor, and Chosen, you know, when we guys hit the dojo, we train hard, right?
Yeah.
Imagine having to go to the gym every day and have that makeup on just to make sure. Because so what Rosario Dawson says. So I'm going to release a rant tomorrow because there's something I've been seeing people talk about that I'm not happy about, that I'm really just over people talking about. I'm ready to shut them down, which is, I cannot stand the hate for Rosario Dawson. I've seen so many people just like, why'd they cast Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka? Why couldn't they get Ashley Eckstein? Honestly, fuck out of here
Oh
with
my
that
god.
shit. Look, no, Rosario in the best Mandalorian episode. I do not care what anyone else says. The best Mandalorian episode is when Dave Filoni said, "I'm directing this episode of Mando, and I'm giving this to Ahsoka." That is the best episode of that show. Even though the Luke episode is good, that episode is great because it feels like a samurai movie. You have Ahsoka introduced in live action in absolute perfection.
And the big,
Wait, Joe.
big reveal
Yeah.
of the
Who's the actor?
Thrawn?
Who's the actor who plays Ahsoka again?
Rosario
Rosario
Dawson.
Dawson.
Rosario Dawson.
Bro, she looks like Ahsoka to me.
I know.
I'm not lying.
People are hating on her. It's pissing me off. Like,
And the big reveal in that episode with Thrawn. Oh my god.
Yeah, it was so cool. It just so the whole thing that I think is so important.
Okay.
All right, no worries, AJ. That's good. So the whole thing so I got to rant about that because that makes me upset because this actress, no disrespect to the voice actor, because voice acting and acting are very different. I'm just gonna say that because when you voice act, you're in a studio and you're draining your vocal cords, but when you act, you have to physically appear and move like the character. You know?
Exactly.
So they talk about, like, we're doing this Ahsoka show, but as you know, with your Rebels and your Clone Wars, this is a much older Ahsoka, which is now in her like masterclass level of skill, right?
Yes.
So because Rosario Dawson is a class act person, and the fact that Ahsoka is like this grand master now of just being such a good Jedi, she ends up. Rosario went to the gym every day, and when they did like the training for the show and the stunt choreography, she came in even with all that makeup on, sweating, losing her mind. She was like fucking working her ass off, like just to make this. No disrespect to what McGregor did in the Obi-Wan show, because he only had to train for 2 fights, really.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
But 8 episodes, and this bitch is over here. This fucking queen is like, I'm twirling the white lightsabers. I'm gonna be a badass. I'm gonna practice my sidekick. I'm gonna just like she was going.
Damn.
What'd you say, Chosen?
That's crazy, actually. Not thinking
I
about
know.
It's called dedication, man, because she is a class act Star Wars fan as well as an actress who's getting paid to do a job, but she knows Dave picked her for this because she's perfect. And
I hope she gets paid well for this role.
oh, I think she'll get.
And let me just say, Kathleen Kennedy better not come into this stream.
For
Yeah, she
real.
better
Oh
not.
my
She better
God.
not. I don't want to hear any of her nonsense
I
from last night.
end with that bitch.
But so
He's ruined Star
literally.
Wars long enough.
But so literally during this literally during this interview, Dave Filoni's talking about the lightsaber fights in Ahsoka, and he's showing there's new footage of things we hadn't seen. And something I noticed that's awesome. Can we talk about no disrespect to Adam Driver, but I'm just gonna say something that we have not had in the Mandoverse that I want to just clap my hands at Dave Filoni for. Thank you, Dave Filoni, for giving us a new lightsaber wielding villain that looks like he is gonna just absolutely obliterate everyone.
Yeah, it sucks that the actor had to pass away, though.
Yeah, and that's why I think it's gonna be even more impactful, because you're gonna feel for the actor, but also, dude, so I don't know if you guys pay attention to the little details of things when they release, but in this featurette, there's a scene where Ahsoka and him are fighting in the same place that they're fighting, and when he fights her, he's doing different Star Wars characters have different lightsaber styles and forms, right?
Yeah.
So Obi-Wan was familiar with a lightsaber form called Surisu, which is very defensive. And you can see in this footage, when Dave's talking over the footage and talking about the Ahsoka show and there's showing lightsaber fights, there's this point of the thing where you catch Balon is doing Surisu, which was Obi-Wan's form, to stop Ahsoka. So this dude's going to be no joke. Like, he looks like he's going to handle shit mad crazy. And so in this thing, what I love that he says is Dave's showing the footage and he's talking over it. And Dave says in the things, like, we didn't just want to give you guys, like, we worked hard to give you guys lightsaber fights. He says in his thing, we wanted to make sure that these lightsaber fights were good when he was making this show. He made that absolutely clear. And I want to make a meme of Dave Filoni pointing at the Obi-Wan show, and he's just like, see this? This is not what we want. This is what we want. Thank you.
I ordered a Ahsoka shirt on Amazon.
I have some really cool. So I have a shirt for Ahsoka where I'm going to wear the Ahsoka Clone Trooper shirt.
Hold on. I'll send it to the chat. Hold up.
I know you can do this, Ahsoka.
Yeah, no, dude, it's just going to be awesome. And speaking of Ahsoka, we're hearing that for all of us that play Fortnite, I don't know how confirmed it is yet, but I have a really good feeling that Ahsoka's going to be in the Battle Pass for the next season.
Yo, Joe, can we talk about Hayden?
I wouldn't be surprised if she was.
Hayden?
Yeah, Hayden, a.k.a. Vader.
Oh, yeah, we're moving on to that next.
Bro, when I saw that TV spot, I
There you
got
go.
way too excited.
Oh, you
There you
posted
go.
it? Cool. Let me see that shirt.
Do you think Are you sure the TV spot's fake though?
No, it's real. It's not fake.
It's posted by the. It was put out by the ABC. It was put on live TV, Trevor.
Also, it was posted on the Star Wars channel. It was posted on the Star Wars
it's gonna
channel.
be good if Hayden Christensen's returning as Anakin. That's for sure.
Well, yeah, and you know what's gonna be crazy is he's gonna appear for multiple reasons when we see him.
I can't wait.
Flashbacks?
Yep. So I did a video. Let's see if I can find it. I did a video 2 days ago about why I'm excited, and it shows Anakin and Obi-Wan Clone Wars flashbacks. Because the fact that they're finally gonna do Clone Wars flashbacks, I thought we'd get Clone Wars flashbacks in Obi-Wan, but this Ahsoka TV spot was like one of the best Star Wars trailers. Oh, hold on. What did AJ say? George Lucas in here, Boba Fett episode 8. Yeah, he was there. He did come on set, AJ, for that episode. I do remember that. He also, Dave and him text all the time about things, which is awesome.
You know how you mentioned that there wasn't any flashbacks in Kenobi?
There was this one flashback from that was pre-Attack of the Clones, which was cool, but I was expecting a little more.
Like, come on, man. This was the show I was excited for, man.
What's sad is they should have had flashbacks there because there was so many opportunities to have Anakin and Obi-Wan. I wish that, personally, if I was writing the Obi-Wan show, if I did a rewrite of Obi-Wan, I would have made a lot more of the episodes focused on the rivalry between Obi-Wan and Vader.
You know what they did instead, Joe?
I like the end when they showed the Qui-Gon Jinn Force Ghost.
That was a good scene. I'm glad they gave that to us. That was a nice little moment. But a lot of the other stuff. Yeah, go ahead, Chosen.
You know what they did instead of that, Joe? Instead of what you just said?
Gave us Reva.
What was the purpose of this
Character. Can someone tell me? Give me a good explanation.
Don't even get me started with her.
Here's what I think the purpose of the character is. They wanted to make a new female Inquisitor because they're running out of female Inquisitors, and they're like, all right, we need someone new that can be used as a
Yeah, but they could have named the. You know what they could have named the show? They could have named the show Star Wars Reva, not because this wasn't Obi-Wan Kenobi. It wasn't his.
Which
show.
that pissed me off. I guarantee that was Kathleen Kennedy who made that character. I guarantee she.
I read on it.
I guarantee it. Yeah.
It was.
Like, bro, you're literally ruining. And also, in episode 4, what was that whole thing with Vader walking in and he's just choking her? He's like, "You are one with the feet would bring." That's not Vader. That's not Vader. I'm sorry, that's not Vader.
Dude, the writing for Vader was so bad. Like, also, I know that they had to do it anyway, but there's no way that the way that Vader is fighting Obi-Wan in the Obi-Wan show in the final episode, Vader should have been a lot harder. I don't care how much they wanted to power up Obi-Wan. Vader should have been a lot harder for Obi-Wan to fight in that.
Yeah.
I agree, Joe. I agree. And why that?
Like when Obi-Wan does Space Jesus mode, Vader should have been like the comics and just fucking shooting those rocks out of the air. Like, you're gonna throw rocks at me, motherfucker? I'm Darth fucking Vader.
Hold on. Can I just say something?
Yeah.
During that fight, why do they have to keep cutting to Reva stuff? We don't need that.
Didn't matter.
Just focus on the fight. Oh my god. I was like,
we
bro.
didn't need to see that. It's so stupid.
And the fact that they were doing that whole thing with her trying to kidnap Luke, I was like, whoa, what's the point of even watching this? We know.
All I know is I hope Dave Filoni got really pissed at Kathleen and Deborah Chow when they did the Obi-Wan show and they disrespected the Grand Inquisitor the way they did. Because Dave loved making that character and what he did with that character.
Yeah, so the Grand Inquisitor was.
Episode 4 is the worst episode on the show. Episode 4 is the worst episode.
Oh, yeah. The one thing I like about the show, my favorite episode of the entire show easily for me was episode 3. Because you got to see Vader finally get his revenge on Obi-Wan. And the way that Obi-Wan is just like in that fight where they're fighting and Vader just like obliterates Obi-Wan, that should have been the Vader we saw in the last episode.
That episode, Joe, that episode gave me it kind of gives you like the
the good old days. Like it kind of goes back to the roots of Revenge of the Sith. That episode,
Oh yeah, and I like how Obi-Wan was like so defenseless, like he forgot how to use his lightsaber, and
Yeah.
he's just getting destroyed.
Out of all the episodes in the show, that episode kind of went back to the roots of Revenge of the Sith. All the other episodes, no, they were just trash.
The only positive I have with the show is I love the little girl who played. Leia.
Yeah, I know you love the Leia chick for sure. Yeah, I was disappointed with the one thing I'll say about, I think it was the finale, maybe it was the episode before the finale. I think it was the finale. The one thing I'll say, and this will make me happy if Dave does what I think he's going to do, because we're going to talk about something in a minute that I did a video on today that I don't know if you guys checked out yet. So, you know when everyone's trying to escape on the ship
Yeah.
and Vader just pulls it down like fucking Starkiller? Oh, that scene was so good.
There was one part of that scene that was kind of off the CGI. You know how the CGI where
Yeah, it looked weird.
it looked weird. But can I just say
Yeah.
one thing?
Mm-hmm.
How the heck? Okay, so episode 2, she kills the Grand Inquisitor, and in episode 5, he's like, "Hey, Reva, I'm back." Oh my!
Yeah, so
Who's making these episodes? You don't understand these characters. I'm
So
sorry.
that character was supposed to, Grand Inquisitor is supposed to be because of his alien.
They wasted him.
Yeah, they wasted him completely. That's one of those things where I think Dave Filoni, if he had a lot more power right now, he would have not let.
He needs
Wait, Joe,
more
did he,
power.
wait, Joe, did he write Kenobi?
No.
Imagine if he wrote Kenobi. Imagine if he
Oh,
wrote.
if
It
it
would've been
Kenobi would have been awesome.
It would have been better.
That's why, like, when you think of what goes wrong with the other Star Wars shows and with Mando, I don't think the Ahsoka show will fail because Dave Filoni has Ahsoka as a character on lock and key. If you look at everything that has happened with Ahsoka as a character so far, in Mando, Dave was the only one that wrote the episode that she appeared in. In Book of Boba Fett, the only episode she appears in, Dave Filoni wrote. So every time Ahsoka shows up, whether it's in live action or animation, that's his baby. So he does not let anybody else touch that.
The
Hey,
fact
Dave,
that,
yo, guys,
Dave watched Revenge of the Sith. Confirm.
Oh, I'm sure he did.
because if
The
he
fact-
wrote,
the fact that Kathleen Kennedy tried to come into our stream last night and say that she's gonna be having her hands all over the Ahsoka show. I
who
was
is that
like,
account anyways? Who is that account?
No.
Who was
What?
that account? Who was that account? Like who was?
Oh,
Probably
we found out it was edits. It was edits.
Oh my god, bro! This dude wants to troll.
Dude was
Jonah.
trying to troll us, just being horrible as usual.
I'm sorry,
you
that
trolling
troll's
us
not.
again?
That troll's not funny.
Yeah. He turned out to be Kathleen Kennedy last night, Trevor.
That
Jesus
shit was
Christ.
not funny. That shit was not funny at all.
Even I make better jokes than him. Like I actually.
Yep.
Bro, come on.
Yeah, I just think like that stuff is
Newsflash,
ridiculous.
Kathleen Kennedy. The Force is not female.
The Force is female, and I was like, I literally pulled a Han Solo.
She's
from
like,
The
she,
Force
you know, they
Awakens.
were like, she's like, hey guys, I wanted to create a Reva character for the show. Who cares about
Okay,
Kenobi or
okay,
Vader? I just
so-
care about Reva. You know,
Who said something?
you know what I'm talking
Rumor
about.
Lucy by No. No, I ain't even reading that. Nope.
She was like,
Oh,
I
wait,
wanted to
yeah.
create the Reva character. I don't care about Vader or Anakin or Kenobi.
fact-
They suck. They suck. You know, she's like that,
When-
right? So
When she said the Force is female, I literally pulled a Han Solo from The Force Awakens, and I was like, "That's not how the Force works."
nah. After I finished Kenobi, I wanted to go over there and talk to her and confront her. I'm like, why would you do that to Vader, huh? He was my favorite
Oh,
character. in this
I've
whole-
always wanted to confront. I've wanted to confront her since the sequels.
No, Vader is the best character in this whole franchise and trilogy.
We've wanted to confront her since the sequels. The sequels were
You ruined the character of Vader. Why would you do that? Please explain properly.
yeah. When you
I'm done with this
That's
person.
not how you
Vader,
write Darth
please.
Vader, bro. Come on.
how could you not use Vader in his full potential? Like, come on, Kathleen
And
Kennedy.
the fact that she made him cringy character, he made him cringy in episode 4, just made me upset.
Yeah,
thinking to
Kathleen
herself,
Kennedy, she did not know what she was doing.
she doesn't know who Vader is. She hasn't watched the movies. It's confirmed.
No, she
Which is
literally
funny
knows
because she-
nothing fucking about Star Wars.
She doesn't give a fuck about Star Wars.
Yeah,
Which is ridiculous considering she worked in the company for so long. You would think she knew her stuff, but
honestly,
she
Joe,
doesn't.
you know the
doesn't.
crazy part about this? I haven't been this
She was
excited
doing okay
for.
as president at first, but when she intervened with Star Wars, that's when things got fucked up. She should
Yo,
not
Joe,
have had
you know
anything to do
after
with that
after
franchise.
watching that TV spot for Ahsoka,
She should have
was
just
like-
left well enough
I was
alone.
thinking to myself, I'm saying, I haven't been this excited for a Star Wars project since Force Awakens.
Well, I'm so excited. I'm gonna be doing something awesome later tonight, after Trevor goes to sleep and stuff.
Okay.
I'm gonna be doing. I couldn't do both shows because it would take too much time, but to get ready for next week, since it is technically a Rebels sequel, I'm gonna be watching a couple episodes of Rebels every night this week. So,
I just want to say thank you,
Yeah.
Dave. Thank you, Dave, for saving Star Wars for me because
yep. Oh yeah, dude.
Thank you,
I-
John
I
Favreau
hope-
and Dave Filoni, for
I
giving
hope-
us The
I-
Mandalorian, which saved Star Wars for everyone.
yeah, for
God
everyone.
help
I
us
haven't been
all.
excited for a while.
I hope Zeb is in the show too. We know we saw him in that one episode of Mandalorian.
Well, here's the thing you got to remember, right? So with trailers, it's just like with trailers for Marvel, but more specifically with trailers for Star Wars. With Star Wars trailers, I've learned from my experiences from the past. So people always say they're showing too much, but people like Dave Filoni, he always has something up his sleeve and surprises. So just because there's characters from Rebels that we haven't seen in the trailer doesn't mean they won't be in the 8 episodes.
I want to actually mention something. Now that you mentioned trailers, I'm not gonna watch any more trailers because I don't trust any more trailers. After
Well, I
Kenobi-
think the marketing for the Ahsoka show is so brilliant.
I know,
I'll keep
but-
watching.
I know, but the problem, Joe, is that when I was watching the Kenobi trailer before it came out, I was so excited. Like I was excited for Kenobi. Then after the
Yeah.
actual show came out, I was like, you know what? I don't trust trailers anymore. because
See, I
they're
just
so-
feel like Dave Filoni, he knows he's got a great marketing team and he knows how to market his stuff. So I think that his stuff will turn out.
You know what? You know, I think Kathleen Kennedy was thinking. You know, when she was thinking, she was like this. Okay, she's like, okay, I'm gonna make this Kenobi trailer, make people think it's gonna be good, but it's actually gonna be terrible. You know what I mean?
Sounds like a Captain
Yeah,
Kennedy.
let's bait
do.
people for more fucking money.
Sounds like
Bait
something
people
Captain
to
Kennedy
just
would do.
use it to buy. Just use it as a baiting technique for subscribers to subscribe to Disney Plus in order to get their general audience in check.
Yep.
Like, girl, like no one's gonna believe this show is gonna be good if you're gonna make it terrible. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god, bro. I was just so upset after watching Kenobi. I was like, bro, what is this, bro? I was excited for Kenobi and just blew it away. Also, I gave Kenobi I think for my score, I gave Kenobi a 5 or 6 out of 10, just because of
So imagine there's an episode where Kathleen Kennedy makes a cameo. And we'll just
oh
be
heck
like,
no, no thank
we'll
you.
just be like, get the fuck off that screen.
I
Yep.
was gonna say, I gave Kenobi a 5 out of 10. You know why I gave it a 5 out of 10?
Was that?
Because I think episode 3 kind of was really good, and I love the fight between Vader and Obi-Wan in episode 3. And also, I love episode 5 with the flashback. So there's some good stuff, but at the same time, there's some bad stuff, you know.
Yeah, I feel it.
But yeah, I gave it like a 5. I think it's mid. I think
Like,
it's mid.
They
to me.
and a lot of people with this crap talk on Book of Boba Fett. I will give Book of Boba Fett credit for one thing.
Is that it
Giving
gave us Cad
Bane in
Bane?
live action. That was great.
Dude, I love that they gave us that. I thought that was awesome that Dave. I love how I remember. I don't know if you guys remember. Do you guys remember when we were in the watch party? And do you remember when we were watching the episode? And so we talk about Trevor's greatest moment in any of our watch parties. Oh, you do, AJ? Good. So
The book of the
yeah, so Trevor's will always be that fucking hippo. I just remember when I had heard rumors that we were probably gonna get Cad Bane, and I just remember when we were watching, because it said written by Dave Filoni when we were watching Mando, right?
Yeah.
I just remember we were watching we were watching Book of Boba Fett, and you guys were all like getting into the part, and I had gotten to the part, and Trevor was just kind of excited. Jake was excited. You guys both had good reactions, but my reaction for that was the greatest thing ever. I was like,
Oh yes.
Dave
You're like,
Filoni,
Dave Filoni, you beautiful son of a bitch.
bastard, you. How could you? I was so happy. Because you guys know how much I love that character. So I was like, oh, dude, don't even.
Dave Filoni, you beautiful son of a bitch.
Well, that was so good. And you think that's good? Just wait till half the stuff we're going to get in the Ahsoka show. Because I guarantee we're going to get stuff in the Ahsoka show that makes those other two shows even crazier. Because you're like,
Well, I know you're really hoping to see Rex, Joe.
oh, I would love to see Rex. For sure. I would love to see Rex. I think the biggest thing that Dave Filoni could do that will not only save Star Wars, but will make people lose their mind is I think they're doing really smart marketing with this Secret Inquisitor right now.
Yeah.
Because I did a video today, and I think the video is already at 20 views last time I checked. So I did a video today. I don't know if you guys saw it, but the video is called "Is Starkiller the Mysterious Inquisitor in the Ahsoka Show?" And I think that the evidence is So when I first heard about this Inquisitor, I was like, well, it's got to be Barriss Offee because that's Ahsoka's #1 rival, right?
No.
But if you look at the doubles in the training montages for the Ahsoka show, where you know, just like with the Flash, whenever someone's in a costume, you can tell the body type, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's definitely a dude. And if you look at the way that this Inquisitor fights, from what we've seen in the trailers, he looks like he fights very similar to someone who has experience playing Darth Maul, being Sam Witwer. So I'm going to say one thing. Either Dave Filoni loves working with Sam Witwer, that he's just going to make Sam Witwer be this new Inquisitor because Sam Witwer's just that badass and he wants to do a little Maul homage, which I'll be fine with because that's just awesome. Because I've met Sam Witwer and Ray Park in person. So to me, it's a win-win getting to see Sam either
I'll
way.
be back.
All right, you'll be back. But option 2, and if option 2 happens, and if my channel does not get Stranger Things level views when this happens in the show, there are 3 things that can happen in the Ahsoka show that will make me probably scream and lose my mind. 1, Anakin Skywalker Clone Wars flashbacks, which it sounds like we're going to get anyway. What do you mean not him, AJ? You don't think it's Sam Witwer, AJ? Have you been hearing otherwise? Because people are saying that there's pretty big evidence that it could be. Because they're saying that he posted on his Twitch saying that there's big plans with him in the future. But if you know something, AJ, because V? What do you mean because V? Explain, AJ.
I mean, Darth Maul did die in Rebels.
Yeah, we're not talking about Maul. We're talking about just Sam Witwer in general.
So Sam Witwer's just saying somebody else. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what AJ's saying because I was trying to tell AJ that I'm hearing that he could be. Oh, you saw. What do you mean you saw cast? Yeah, but AJ, they don't always put people's names on the cast list.
Yeah, AJ,
Because they have to hide
because they're trying to hide surprises.
They hide surprises. There's people that are in the show that they're not going to reveal until the show comes out. They like to keep their secrets, especially in Star Wars. What do you mean in TV spot cast? You said I saw cast in TV spot. What do you mean cast in TV spot?
Yeah. AJ, the thing is, they like to hide big surprise big surprises. So this could be, take No Way Home, for example. They were trying to hide that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield were in that movie.
Except newsflash, the shit was leaking.
Yep, it was definitely leaking. What do you mean in TV spot, AJ? Because I've watched all the TV spots. What are you referring to? because we're talking about the new Inquisitor with the mask. It looks very similar to Starkiller's mask in the Force Unleashed games. But it's also possible it's just a new character, which will still be cool. But I'm just trying to see what you're talking about. TV spot, AJ. What do you mean, like TV spot? Explain. So I need more details than that because I've watched all the TV spots that have come out.
Yeah, sorry guys, I'm back.
Oh yeah, we're just trying. AJ's trying to tell us something. We're trying to figure it out.
Wait, what is he trying to say? What is he trying to say?
He said something about the TV spot that I'm trying to figure.
What TV spot? I might help.
Oh, he said something. Hold up.
Oh, you saw Cast make it show in TV spot? What do you mean? I saw Cast make it show in TV spot.
Yo, you're so confused. Oh, how confused Joe is right now.
Are you mean like the credits at the end of the TV spot, AJ? Like when it says the names of people involved in the show? Is that what you mean?
AJ, the thing is, they like to hide, like we said, AJ, they like to hide surprises of things. That's what we'll do sometimes.
Hold on.
Yeah, they hide things sometimes, AJ, that don't always get out there. So like there's
Everyone in the Order knew Anakin Skywalker.
Oh, you guys watching the same one I was watching?
It's so good.
Knew Anakin Skywalker. Few would live to see what he became.
I'm trying to see.
Yes, Anakin. Yes, Anakin.
How'd you find out him not playing character, AJ? Did Sam Witwer say he's not playing the character? Or how did you find out? Because they're keeping the
Who the heck
character.
is this?
They're keeping the character a secret, AJ. So
Who's this
whoever it
girl,
is, we
Joe?
won't know till the episode.
Yo, Joe, I was looking at the new TV spot for 8 hours ago. Who's this girl in the beginning with the red lightsaber?
Oh, that's an orange lightsaber, and that's actually Shin,
Oh, it looked like red to me.
the apprentice of the new Dark Lord. Okay, so AJ says
His face.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
What do you mean his face?
How did you see their face, AJ? Their face hasn't been revealed. In no TV spots, we don't see their face. We're talking about the Inquisitor, AJ, who's wearing the mask the entire time.
Wait.
How did you see their face, AJ? There's no shots of anything where you see their face.
Because, Joe, he already seen the show. Ooh! Sorry.
No, that's not possible. He didn't.
I'm just joking. He didn't see the show.
See helmet.
Yeah.
AJ, we're talking about the Inquisitor wearing the mask who does not reveal their face.
Yo, I saw the show already. I saw the Ahsoka show.
Yeah, good one chosen.
No, I'm just joking. No, if I did see it, I'll probably like it.
Oh yeah.
Because I do think some people got early access, right? Early screening.
Oh, they're not releasing early access until the next couple days, I think.
Oh, okay.
How did you see their face, AJ? Because they never show his face.
But they're not going to get the whole show. I think they're just going to get a couple episodes.
I'm guessing the first 2 episodes or the first 3. So I'm just guessing.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Because
We're
I
not
think
talking about the other villains, AJ. We're talking about the Inquisitor.
how
we're
many
talking about the
episodes did
Inquisitor
Moon Knight have?
that
How many
doesn't
episodes
show
did people
his
saw
face.
Moon Knight early? It was.
Yeah, AJ, we're talking about the Inquisitor with the mask that doesn't have
Yep.
his face revealed
Yeah,
yet.
we've never seen his face in any trailer or TV spot.
That's actually good though, isn't that good? I'm
That
saying.
it's a surprise, yeah.
Yeah, because I want to know. I want to find out who he is. I don't want to know.
I agree. I'm trying
Because
to
imagine, Joe. Imagine there was actually leaks of the person showing in the face.
Yeah.
Imagine how
There's
pissed off people would
been-
be.
We got a theory that it might be Sam Whitworth.
Yeah, that was something that some people had talked about as a possibility.
Because-
I'm just saying, like, if there's leaks, then that's pretty bad because we don't want to.
But
They've done really good about keeping leaks
a lot
out
of
of the way.
people have been following Sam Whitworth on Twitch because he
Wait,
has
not
a Twitch.
FX? Wait, what are you talking about? Not FX.
What do you mean not FX, AJ?
Like a lot of people have been following him on Twitter, and he's been giving it a lot of teases. Let's just say.
Yeah, AJ, he's been teasing the show on Twitch, and the character that we're talking about wears a mask the entire time. There's no scenes of them unmasked yet. They're keeping it a big surprise. I'll show you who I'm talking about, AJ.
Joe, what did you think of my sucker shirt I ordered?
It looks awesome, dude. I love it.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I gotta get one for the show.
I got one for the premiere that I'm excited about.
Oh man, it's just hard to believe we're only a week away.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Man, I love this stream. This stream is fun.
Just imagine, Joe. 1 week from tonight, we'll probably just be discussing how excited we are for tonight.
I agree.
Oh, I know, dude. I plan to play Battlefront. I plan to only play Battlefront next week with you in preparation, like old times.
Yeah.
Just to have another Star Wars show with lightsaber fights again, I feel it's demanded.
Yep.
Yeah, we're talking about the new Inquisitor, AJ, where every TV spot, everything you look for, his face has almost like a medieval mask. He's called Marok, and he doesn't have any. There's no details about him. He's supposed to be a mysterious Inquisitor, and they're keeping his identity a secret. But there is another theory I have about who it could also be that would be pretty crazy too, that people have talked about.
Okay.
Which is the other theory I've heard about is since he's only in flashbacks in holograms in the trailers, and we know he's in the show.
Yeah.
I've heard it talked about that that could be how they're hiding Ezra as well.
Ooh.
Because he was with Thrawn for so long. Maybe Thrawn was able to turn him.
Shit. Yeah. That would be a twist.
Yeah, I looked at the behind the scenes, AJ, and the behind the scenes doesn't show his face either. Let me look at the behind the scenes.
Yeah, that was. Oh my god, that would be crazy, dude. That would be crazy.
Do you know what his face looks like, AJ? Have you, since you've seen it?
Years ago, let it snow, let it snow.
I haven't watched it behind the scenes, so
I'm watching one right
Don, what's up, man?
unless it came and went pretty quick,
Yeah,
Yeah,
guys, sorry if I'm
Which is-
talking about Dawn. I'm just watching The Flash right now.
which is possible.
this is the new one that came out today.
I'm watching The Flash, guys.
Have fun with that, Chosen.
I'm watching
that's
no,
right.
no, no. I'm watching
You
I'm watching season 1, episode 9.
Trevor, are you still on Injustice?
Oh, I haven't hopped on Injustice yet, but
What are you playing right now?
I'll just
Spider-Man.
be playing Spider-Man. But I will definitely
I
be
knew
on
it.
Injustice
I
soon.
knew it.
Man, I miss the old days of The Flash. Season 1 was great.
It's very much the idea of apprenticeship. For those two groups.
Oh, honey's.
Let me finish this research mission
Here
and I'll
she
hop
is.
on Injustice.
How
for
did
you
it go,
guys.
honey? Okay, so here's behind the scenes here.
Oh my god.
Yo, Joe, this episode's so good, bro.
Yeah, I know, AJ. Because it's a stunt performer. So what they do, AJ, is to hide people's identities. They use stunt performers to hide other identities. So sometimes they'll put a stunt double on to hide the other potential character. So they might so you might see the stunt double that day because that's who they had available to be on set. But then sometimes there's other people they hide.
I like your twist about that could be how they're hiding Ezra as well. Like that.
It's another good take.
Like, oh my god, if that is the case, I would. Oh my god.
I mean, there's some pretty big. How do I put this?
What did AJ say now? They.
Bro, this episode,
say
I can't.
about-
It's giving flashbacks. Okay.
What do you mean that I say about?
That I say about what do you mean that you say about human not CGI face? Is that what you're saying, AJ?
Hey, you got buried a gift? Good job, Iris. You got buried a gift. Finally.
What episode are you watching?
I'm watching season 1, episode 9. One of the best episodes on the show.
What do you say? Hold on.
Yeah, I was just trying to explain it to you, AJ, that they hide. Star Wars especially likes their surprises, and they use stunt doubles to hide their real characters. So
Hey!
we won't know who the Inquisitor is until we watch the show, but I'm just throwing out a couple theories because there's some solid evidence for these three people potentially being the character.
All right, Joe, I'm coming in. Justice now.
All right, I'm probably going to get on in a couple minutes anyway. I'll get
Nice.
it in a minute.
Yeah, like there's sometimes trailers can be misleading sometimes.
Yeah, they.
Like
I hear you wanted to fight.
Like, for example, the Infinity War trailer. We saw Hulk getting ready to go into the War of Wakanda,
Yeah,
like full-blown Hulk.
there's a lot of
Never
edits to make
happened.
things look different for sure.
That
So
never
they
happened.
could definitely be pulling some stuff off.
Like
Think
we saw Hulk getting ready to go into Wakanda battle in full-blown Hulk form. That never happened in Infinity War.
True.
Sometimes trailers can be misleading.
Very true. All right, I'm probably going to be getting on Injustice in a couple minutes. We're probably going to end the stream here, guys. Thanks for coming in.
Yep.
Thanks for coming in, guys.
See you guys in the party in a couple minutes.
All right.
Party, Cecile.
All right.